Afternoon, guys. Okay, I want to put this one out there to you. This is a little worrisome here, and I don't know if it means anything, but I kind of wanted to let you know. So Mrs. P and I were out, and I decided to stop off at the coin shop and see if I could pick up a little bit of silver. Okay, obviously, good idea to do. It's a little expensive, but I wanted to get a little bit here, kind of hedging myself. Dollar cost averaging, if you will. You know, if it goes up, goes down, whatever it is, and I can just kind of average myself out. So we're going to buy a few silver rounds, about $100 worth, no big deal. And obviously it's coin shop. So went in and looked around, made sure he had something before I did anything, and saw what we had. Mrs. Pinball picked out a few coins, and okay. So I figured I'll run across the street to the ATM machine and get some cash, because obviously coin shops are a cash-only business, okay? So I go into the gas station that's across the street. Got two ATM machines in there. Put my card in the first one. Nope. Put my card in the second one. Nope. Errors. So I asked the lady, I said, is there somewhere else around? She goes, what's the matter? I said, the ATM machine doesn't work. And she goes, that's weird. Okay, so there's a bank just up the street. So I go over to the bank, drive through ATM machine, put my card in the ATM machine, and nope, got an error. Now, I know there's enough money in the bank for me to take out $100, not a problem. Okay. So sitting there in the parking lot, I call the bank, and just so y'all know, I use Capital One as my bank, okay, online banking. Bank's like, well, we think it might be fraud. I'm like, okay, I'll give you that if it was in the gas station ATM machine, but I'm in a bank, okay? And the guy's like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, yeah, you tell me what's going on. And so now I'm hearing other stories. So obviously nothing worked. I couldn't get cash out or anything like that. And Mrs. Pinball and I didn't buy any silver. Okay. You know, I've got cash at home, but we were 45 minutes away from home. So that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to run all the way back home, get cash, turn around, make it a 3-hour jaunt to do this. Okay. I figure, okay, next time I'm in town, I'll do it again. All right. So then it got me kind of looking around as what's going on. And we all know about these rolling blackouts that are going on in Texas due to the weather. And I'm like, wonder if it has something to do with this. So got home, and before decided to do this video, I was kind of thinking about it and figuring out what I need to do and ordering a new card, if that's possibly the deal, who knows, right? So I got online, and DJ Preps had a video up. Now, she's in Georgia, okay? So mind you, she's not in Texas, I'm not in Texas, I'm not in Georgia, I'm in Tennessee, all right? So we're all hundreds, if not 1,000 miles apart. And she's talking about lights flickering. I'm wondering if there's something getting a little bit bigger, guys. Weather or whatever, but power outages, power flickering, can't access cash, bank doesn't know what's going on. 3 different ATM machines, guys. Okay, actually, I take it back, because I stopped at another one in another town, and so it was actually 4 different ATM machines, because after we decided we weren't going to do it on the town on the way back, we stopped and tried one more time, and it didn't work. So that was 2 banks and 2 gas station ATM machines. So what I'm telling you guys is, if you don't have some cash on hand, make sure to get some cash on hand and have it in the house just in case, because if all of a sudden these power things are going to start getting, and I'm not trying to be conspiracy theory, anything. I'm just telling you what happened to me, okay? And I don't know the other overall reason, but it just struck me as kind of odd that all of a sudden I can't get cash out of an ATM machine. So if you don't have cash on hand, and I'm not saying a ton, okay? I've got some at home, but that's emergency cash. This wasn't an emergency purchase. But make sure you got some cash on you. because if it is an emergency situation, you go, oh, I'm going to go to the ATM machine. No, you're in Texas right now. You can't go to an ATM machine. We know that. I mean, power's out at your house, power's out bank too, and they're not running generators, so you can go to the ATM machine. Not that anything's open that you can go shopping there anyway. But just something to keep an eye on, guys. If you got cash on hand, and maybe something that I'm going to change up a little bit. I might start carrying cash. I usually don't carry cash, okay? But I think I'm going to start carrying some, because this was just a little unsettling. I have had this bank account for 12 years. I have never had a problem with it, ever, not once. Okay, go to the ATM machine, I need cash, I take out cash, poof. Want to use my debit card in the store, use my debit card in the store, no big deal. Okay, all of a sudden here, and the card's not expired. Okay, so get some cash, have some cash in your pocket at all time. That's again, learning from your mistakes. I think that's my mistake that I learned, that I should have some in my pocket. So kind of wanted to put that one out to you here, guys. Like I said, I don't know if it's anything nefarious, okay, but it just struck me as, with everything we talk about, very odd. And not that there's any divine intervention or something that's going, oh, he was going to buy silver, let's stop him. I mean, there's no way anybody could possibly know that. Okay, so that has nothing to do with it. But make sure you got some cash on you for whatever's going on. And again, I would say that's my fault. I've got it. It's at home, safe, but it wasn't in my pocket, and I needed the cash at the moment. So just a little bit of word to the wise there, guys, and just something I noticed. Thought y'all might want to pay attention to that one. So little piece of information. I get the feeling, I wanted to bring up one other thing here real quick. The live stream is tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. I did have somebody say, for some reason, it was showing up on her computer that I was doing it at 1 o'clock in the morning. No, it's at 8 o'clock tonight. Same place, same time, same everything. Nothing's changed. I get the feeling this is probably going to be something that I'm going to talk about, because maybe some of you see this video, maybe you don't. But I did want to talk a little bit about this to you guys ahead of time. So if you're watching this while you're at work or whatever, and you have the opportunity on your way home, just to get a little bit of cash and put it in your pocket. I mean, even if it's enough to get a tank of gas or something like that if you need it, definitely worthwhile having that cash. So, but we'll talk about this more tonight on the live stream. It is 8 o'clock. Hope to see you all there. Have a great one. Pinball out for the second time today. Hasta la vista.